welcome back. As you can see, we are doing a vlog today, but before we get started on the vlog, I do have some exciting news. I'm a little bit nervous. If you've come from Instagram, then you've probably already heard the news, but I am pregnant. Obviously I've had to say that a few times over the last few months, and I just hate the word pregnant. It's just the most horrible word in the world. But then I feel like it gets the point across in a way that I'm expecting a baby, or we're expecting a baby, just doesn't. I don't know. It's more impactful, but I hate that word. It just comes out so horribly. But anyway, yes, news, big news today. I am 24 weeks tomorrow. So I am well over halfway through. As far as we know, we have a little baby girl coming in March 2021, which is very exciting, a little bit nerve-wracking, but very exciting. I know what you're thinking. It does feel like a lot of influencers are pregnant this year, and a lot of just people in the public eye in general. I feel a lot of people are pregnant this year. So you can add me to your ever-growing list. It's just getting long, isn't it? It's getting long. In all seriousness, I know that everyone is on their own journey, and there are all sorts of reasons why people get pregnant at particular times. So I don't mean to make light of it too much, but it has been amusing me a little bit. Now, I've thought about doing this for a long time, and now I'm like, what did I plan to say? I have no idea. So obviously I've waited a little while to tell you, and you know me, I'm a private little creature really, and I've just been taking the past few months to very much get used to the idea. I'm glad I didn't announce sort of when I'd just come out of the first trimester, which is I think when most people announce, because I was still not feeling great. My first trimester was not great, and it continued quite a few weeks into my second, whereas now I feel like I am in the sort of golden spot. So it feels nice to announce now, and yes, I've had lots of time to get used to the idea, which is nice. Obviously I don't think I'll ever be used to the idea really, a little bit more so when she arrives maybe, but yes, just been processing in my own time. But yes, in a horrible year of probably one of the hardest of my life, I'm actually quite proud of myself for keeping it together as much as I have. It has been a ray of hope. She's given me a sort of future back, something to look forward to, which is so nice, and I'm very grateful to her for that. Yeah, we're just super excited. I can now have my pregnancy pillow in the back of my shots because it's enormous and it just sort of appears. So yes, I very much followed my intuition, and it just felt like now is the right time to announce. Also because other good news, I'll get back onto pregnancy, but other good news is that my mum has finished her cancer treatment. She's finished her kind of round of chemotherapy and radiotherapy. We won't know proper results for a few months yet because they take a while to scan you again, but she has reacted well so far. So yes, we have hope, and it feels like I can kind of calm a little bit. But I just want to say a huge thank you. I know I have not talked about it much beyond that life update video, which I might take down now. I kind of made that in a sort of moment of desperation because I wanted you guys to know that I may or may not be online as much. It turns out that I could continue making videos, but I really had no idea what the next few months would bring, and I didn't know what to expect basically. So yes, it's kind of unlike me to have made a video like that, I think, but yes, I needed you to know in case I suddenly disappeared for ages or I was visibly upset in lots of videos. But I think we managed to get through okay. Obviously I've not been the most happy person in the world, but we managed to get through okay. And obviously the road is not quite over, But yes, I just wanted to say a huge thank you for all of your comments, messages, love that you've been sending me privately on that video, everywhere, sharing your stories with me. It's been an emotional time, so I've sort of been shielding myself a little bit where I can, but your love means the absolute world, and I want to say a huge thank you for just reaching out and all of that lovely stuff. It really makes me feel very loved and supported by my community, and it has meant the world. And I know, like I said, I haven't really talked about it much in order to keep my composure a little bit on here, and also just so I could have a space that wasn't sort of affected too much by it. But that doesn't mean I haven't been reading your messages and been very appreciative, so thank you so much for that. I followed my intuition is what I was saying, and sort of felt like a nice time to announce when things are looking up a little bit for us over here. And I feel settled into pregnancy and I feel ready to share. So yeah, so anyway, my point being that I think I will continue to use my intuition moving forward. I don't know how much I will talk about it. I did get to a point probably about 5 or 6 weeks ago, I was like, I want to announce just so I can start complaining, actively complaining, without people thinking I'm being really lazy. Anyway, so yeah, I don't know, maybe I'll do a lot of complaining. Just a side note, I express my love through sarcasm and sarkiness in general in my actual real everyday life. So if at any point it feels like I'm being negative or sarky, it's just my personality, and I promise I'm very excited for our new arrival. What more to share? So anyway, yes, so I don't know how much I will talk about pregnancy moving forward. Something else that's been really nice actually about announcing a bit later on is that I have got to keep this space as where I can just be me, because it obviously sort of takes over your mind. Your brain is just working overtime thinking about being pregnant and baby stuff and all of that sort of thing. And it's been nice to come on here and sort of be me again and just be normal. I'm hoping I can maintain that anyway. And I am trying to maintain it in my normal everyday life as well, but yes. So, don't know how much I'm going to talk about it. Might talk about it more than I think, might talk about it less than I think. Might do like a pregnancy Q&A maybe towards the end, and obviously I will mention her now in videos and vlogs and stuff. But I imagine, knowing myself, I'm not going to go crazy, knowing how I am, and you all know how I am as well, with keeping my sort of family and daily interpersonal relationships away from the camera. I doubt I'm going to be super sharey, but you never know what's going to happen, and same for when baby arrives. I don't imagine that I'm going to be like uber strict, you'll never see her face, because she's going to be cute and I'm going to be like, this is cute, but I'm certainly going to be selective, is how I imagine that I will be. Again, I don't know until we get there, but knowing myself, that's how I imagine we will be. So that is that on that. Yeah, it's a little bit nerve-wracking sharing such big news, and what feels like quite personal news, because it's really happening in your body. That's something I really noticed when I was telling all my family and friends, like it's really happening to you when you're the pregnant person. It feels like everyone's suddenly interested in you and your body, and you're like, oh, this is really not what I'm used to, and maybe for some pregnant people not what they like either. Trying to think of some questions that I think you will have. I should answer about the house. Obviously the house isn't done now, and when we found out, we knew the house would not be done by March, and that there was no point stressing and rushing it and going crazy and making bad decisions or quick decisions that we would later come to regret, just so we could be in the house with the baby. So we're going to be here at my mum's house for at least a little while with the baby. Which has its good points and its bad points. Obviously it's not really ideal, it's not what I would have imagined or pictured for myself, but also I think it's really nice for the family to bond with the baby, to get the baby used to being around people that aren't just Zach and I, especially at the moment with COVID. You never know when you're not going to be able to see anyone else, and I do want her to feel loved by her extended family, so there's lots of good things about it as well. Yes, so we're not going to be in the house. On house updates in general, we are looking good to start doing some real work in the new year, like some actual knocking down of things and rebuilding things and doing the extension. It's looking good for, I want to say January. So that should start, and I'm hoping that I'm just going to document that all for you, because it's something that I would love to watch, something that I'm really into at the minute, so I hope you're looking forward to that as well. I thought when we bought the house that I would be able to sort of start that process with you, filming it, like as soon as, but obviously it's taken us absolutely ages to get to the point where I will have lots of things to show you, I hope, or things to show you regularly, but that is looking good. So stay tuned for renovations content, it is coming. Yes, so anyway, we're not trying to rush into the house. We will be having the baby come home to this house. This will be her first home. I think that's sort of the major question I feel like you will all be curious to know. But yes, I've been feeling baby wriggle around for ages. I actually felt her quite early on for a first time pregnancy, and that has definitely been my absolute favourite part of being pregnant, because most of the other parts are not great. At least for me. Everyone is different. Some people love being pregnant. I am enjoying it more now, but yeah, the first few months were rough. Not like super rough, not like hospitalisation sort of rough, but they were not pleasant. However, I know that we're going to move into a more difficult stage again in the not too distant future. I've been talking for 17 minutes. Oh my god. In terms of how much I'm showing, maybe I'll do a bump shot a little bit later on. But that's another reason that I've just been waiting to announce, because I feel like I don't look pregnant, I just look constantly bloated, in clothes particularly. Without clothes I'm a bit more, it's sort of a bump-like shape, but I just look a bit bloated, especially in the morning. Towards the evening sometimes I can look a bit more bumpy. I've looked bloated since day one, to be honest, because of what pregnancy does to your digestive tract. But yes, I think I am moving now into a stage where I do look a little bit more actually pregnant, less bloated. So yeah, it depends on what time of day, what I've eaten, how bump-like it is looking. Oh, one thing that I probably will talk about, because it's a big part of my channel, existing channel, is dressing. I hate dressing as a pregnant person. It is just shit, to be honest, because I am very much a high-waisted jeans sort of gal, and I like that shape on me where it comes right up and you can see my waist basically, and I have found it so difficult to dress. I'm not a big dresses person, I don't wear a lot of dresses. Sometimes I do, especially as we get into winter and stuff. I'm just not a winter dresses person. I've tried to become one. I just really dislike dressing for pregnancy. I think it's getting slightly better now because, like I said, because I actually look actively pregnant. I look a little bit less shapeless in some of my clothes. Like a shapeless look can look fantastic on certain body types. On mine it does not look good to me. So yes, we're working on that. I am doing my best. I had to make a maternity clothes order a couple of weeks ago because I was getting a bit desperate trying to get along in my normal clothes. But yes, I do feel like I've lost a little bit of myself this year, fashion wise, what with the pandemic. And again, these are such minor problems, everyone, but with the pandemic and then becoming pregnant as well, I feel like I don't know what to do. I look at my wardrobe and I'm like, I have no idea what to wear here. I feel like if I wasn't online, I would wear pretty much the same thing every day or have a rotation of like 5 outfits. But I do love being creative. It's part of the reason I'm online, and I do want to dress nicely, and obviously I need to have a little bit more variation if I do want to take pictures and all of that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's just so tough. I look at my wardrobe completely baffled. It's because I don't have my base things, I think. I don't have my base denim, my base trousers. It's just confusing to my brain, and I feel like, yes, I feel like I've lost a little bit of myself fashion wise. Hopefully we'll get that back next year. I do just feel like I've lost the ability to dress myself, but I'm working on it. I am trying to get dressed a little bit more, and I'm trying to, now I've got my maternity wear, I am a little bit more comfortable and can dress nicer but also comfortably for the bump. That is more than enough of me rambling on. So yes, I am another pregnant person who you'll be watching the vlogs of. We will just see how we get on, I think. But anyway, Zach and I are going to go for a walk today, trying to fit in, I know the walk thing is a big part of these lockdown vlogs, isn't it? Or sort of the vlogs from the last 6 months. Because at one point I was like, I need to go for a walk every day, and then that's just inconvenient. It just takes so long. If you want to get like a proper exercise in, it's such a time consuming thing because you actually need to go for quite a long walk. But we're going to try and work on 2 to 3 long walks a week with a short walk as well. I've also started doing stretching and some at-home Pilates / strength workouts. However, when gyms open again, I am planning to go back to the gym now. I did put my head into my gym the other day and it did look very distanced. By the other day I mean pre-lockdown. It did look very distanced, and like they were taking a lot of measures to keep people safe, and obviously the infection rates at gyms are low, and I think it would be so good for my brain, for my body. I need to get back to the gym, so I'm going to do that hopefully when lockdown ends. But I have been doing a bit more movement at home. Now I have a little bit more time. Mum's treatment is over and I can sort of focus on that again a little bit more. I have a bit more brain space for that sort of thing. Maybe I'll show you my stretching and stuff. Stretching is so important. If that's like my one piece of advice, I mean, first trimester, and if you feel shit, don't bother, but second trimester, I've had a lot of backache pretty much immediately. I don't know if it's because I'm smaller frame or whether it's actually totally normal to have it this early, but stretching has helped a lot, so it's a must. Anyway, I'm going. I'm going to stop rambling. Very pleasant walk around sort of the Kensington area, just by Kensington High Street, around all the houses. Did a lot of looking at houses, which I always enjoy, and trying to look into people's homes for a bit of interiors inspo, because there's only so many Pinterest pictures out there, you know. Now we're on our way home. Very nice little walk around London, just the right temperature. Very pleasant indeed. So I'm wearing these maternity jeans from H&M, which I'm liking. I'm still a little small for them, I think. I can't remember what size I got. I think it's probably a small. I find if I order things in extra small, even like maternity wear at the minute, even though that would be my typical size, I sort of instantly regret it like 3 weeks later. So I went for a small, but they are still probably a little bit big for me because I think the bump is not kind of big enough to hold them up. So they do slip down a little bit and then they don't look as cute as this. But, you know, they'll do the job. I think these are the only jeans I'm gonna buy. But yes, I imagine they're a bit like avocados, like it's like not ripe, not ripe, not ripe, not ripe, ripe for like 10 minutes and then overripe. So these are probably going to fit me nicely, I imagine, for a couple of weeks, and then they'll probably be uncomfortable as well. But yeah, I think these are probably the only jeans that I'm going to buy, because surely there's going to just come a stage where I just want to be in leggings. And yes, I did have some belly bands and stuff that I would wear with my normal jeans, but my normal jeans are just not very comfortable. Whereas these are very comfy. Then I'm wearing these Nike trainers and Zach's striped jumper for a bit of a change. I have a striped jumper very similar to this myself, but I've worn it recently, so I thought I would wear Zach's today. Let me put my jacket on. So of course I'm wearing my Maison Margiela jacket from Farfetch. If it would focus. I don't know why it's not focusing. It's a bit dark in here, I suppose. But that is my look today. Pretty simple, but I like it. Anyway, my loves, I am gonna take my book downstairs and maybe read while Zach makes dinner. Yeah, we've had quite a chilled day today. Been quite busy the rest of the week, so it's nice to give yourself a little break. That is what I'm gonna do. I'm currently reading. Honestly, every time I go to think about this book, talk about this book, I want to say About Time, which is that the Richard Curtis film with Rachel McAdams? I think it is. I don't know. But it's actually Among Others by Jo Walton. As I've said at least 3 or 4 times now, the reason I'm reading this is because I loved Jo Walton's Lent, which I read this year. This one is about a young woman, or girl rather, who has for some reason had to leave her mother in the Welsh Valleys, that's where she's from. Her twin sister has recently died, and her mother's doing something sinister with black magic, so she's had to leave and go and live with her dad for the first time, basically meet her dad for the first time in England. It's an interesting book. It's told in a diary format. I can't remember if that has a name. And she is a big sci-fi and fantasy reader, this protagonist. And it seems in part to be an ode to how books can help you and literature can help you and save you in difficult times. And certainly I think there's a lot of Walton in this book. I think there's some semi-autobiographical things going on in this book, apart from the fairies and the black magic element. Well, I don't know. Maybe Jo Walton is magical. So yes, it's very much an ode to books. And although I'm not catching all the references, there's enough Le Guin references that I'm getting. It's quite sweet. I'm enjoying it. I'm interested to see where it goes. It's also a bit weird, which I love. I love me a bit of weird fiction. So yes, I'm liking it. It's not what I expected, but I am liking it. Just had some leftovers as a snack, even though it's a little bit late, really, to be eating before dinner. But I was hungry. Hi everyone. I believe this is my grandmother's Advent gift to me. I know that it will be wrapped inside the package as well, but I just want to point out a bit of grandma wrapping here. Does anyone else's grandma put endless amounts of sellotape on everything? Parcels are always like extremely difficult to get into, but we appreciate all the hard work. As I suspected, it is my Advent prezi. She used to do us calendars, but I am getting a bit old, so we've upgraded to a little present, which is very sweet of her. But there we go. Excited to open that. Actually, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll put it under our little baby tree. We're going to decorate properly next week, but we do have these, which my mum got from the White Company, and they are nice. They're pre-lit, which does make life a bit easier. And hide this. I feel like I want the tree to be my centerpiece to replace the autumnal centerpiece that I had. I haven't fully begun that process yet, but these are my little Christmassy bits for now. actually have not had tacos since I last vlogged that we had tacos, but we're having tacos again tonight. And I'm excited. Hi loves, so I'm upstairs now. Obviously had our dinner. I watched MasterChef, The Professionals, which if you've been around for a long time you will know is like one of the highlights of my TV year. Zach and I love watching The Professionals together. We do watch the other MasterChefs, but The Professionals is the best. And then it's bedtime. It's on at 9 these days. It used to be on at 8, which I much preferred. TV updates, because I feel like those are almost as important as book updates these days. Obviously we finished The Queen's Gambit. Last time I spoke to you, I think we were watching that. Let me try and finish my water bottle whilst we speak. Really enjoyed that actually. I thought for a Netflix original series it was really good. I've got to say, I have a bit of a thing against Netflix original series these days. I just generally think they are not particularly creative or exciting. They're just there to be tweeted about. I don't know if that makes any sense, but yeah. So I thought for a Netflix original series it was really good. One of the best that I've watched. I'm glad it was so popular on Netflix. I hope they make more things like that, but also, will I ever forgive them for cancelling the OA? No, I won't forgive them for that. And for keeping all the crap that they have on there. No, I will never forgive them for that. Anyway, finished Below Deck as well, which includes Below Deck Med, and Below Deck Sailing Yacht. I feel like Hey You should sponsor me at this point. Please, Hey You. That is honestly, out of all my subscription services, probably the one I get the most money out of. There is a current season of Below Deck, so we're watching that weekly. But apart from that, just been watching a bit more normal terrestrial telly again. I think I was complaining on here about how there was none of my normal wintry telly, but now it's all coming back. So we've got MasterChef, which I'm so happy about. I'm sad that I think it's going to be a shorter series this year because obviously it started late, but I think we'll still go up to Christmas-ish, so that's good. And we got Strictly, which I love. Bake Off I thought was pretty crap this year. Wasn't that interested in it this year, I've got to say. I think that's everything to update you on. We do probably need a new series to start at some point, but we're okay, we're surviving on normal TV at the moment. But I do have a bit of a Below Deck shaped hole in my life. Maybe I need to start another Bravo show and kill some more brain cells. Skincare updates. My skin has been probably actually a little bit better during pregnancy than it normally is. A little bit. Because I'm really dry. Super dry everywhere. My lips are dry. You may have noticed that they are chapped. Winter usually chaps my lips a bit, but they are more so this year. And yes, I'm just less oily. But I have been getting a couple breakouts the past couple of days because I think I'm running out of my bare mineral stuff. Still using and loving the Skin Longevity, and I need to repurchase. So I've definitely run out of the moisturiser and I'm almost done on my second bottle of the serum. Yes, must get these, but apart from that, we are all the same. I do use the ordinary niacinamide in the evening and the Bare Minerals serum in the morning. I use this one in the evening because it's a bit stronger, but the Bare Minerals does contain niacinamide as well. So it's a little bit late now. I'm off to bed. I've been reading for about an hour or so, but I've just come in here. Hopefully, final bedtime wee. Doing a lot of weeing these days because there is a new weight on my bladder. But anyway, I'm gonna go to bed. Stop talking about doing a wee. Thank you all for watching today. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you again soon. I've actually filmed my wintry book recommendations video and I'm going to edit that tomorrow along with this vlog, so that should be coming very soon. But yes, thank you for watching and I'll see you again very soon.